Welcome to the Sherpa Chalet on Mount Podcastia, where it's time for podcast picks with Jim the Podcast Sherpa. You'll get to hear about podcast recommendations for your podcast playlist, along with occasional interviews with other podcasters and video hosts. Now waiting for you is your host, Jim the Podcast Sherpa. He's just like you imagined. But don't worry. We'll make it up to you somehow.
This week on Podcast Picks with Jim the Podcast Sherpa, we're talking relationships and dating with Ivy and Scarlet of the Nothing Untouched podcast. We're guessing the Sherpa was probably quite the romantic when he was single. We can only imagine how many of his dates would send him bouquets of restraining orders.
Welcome to the Sherpa's Podcast Picks. It's the podcast about, podcasts. And now, coming to you from Mount Podcastia, here's your host who wonders what's on your podcast playlist, Jim the Podcast Sherpa.
Hello there, rebels of the Sherpolution, and welcome to Podcast Picks with Jim the Podcast Sherpa. That is I, that is me, that is both of us coming to you from Sherpaloo Studios here in the Sherpa Chalet, high atop Mount Podcastia, where I overlook the millions and millions of podcasts that are out there. It's good to hear from you. I don't know. Am I hearing from you? You were hearing from me. It's good to hear from me. Okay, so we're here. Anyway, so these are the episodes where we get to talk about podcasts that you should be adding to your podcast playlist. And first of all, we have to give a shout out to a former guest, and I believe she's going to be making a return appearance on the show. Fingers crossed. Dr. Lindsay Callan-Weisner, and she was telling me about a show that she appeared on. And she had a great time. And she said, you had a good time talking to me. She says, I think you will love talking to these two ladies. And she was so correct. Their names are Scarlet and Ivy. They host a podcast called Nothing Untouched. And I had a lot of fun with them. It is a podcast about relationships and dating and sex and all that other fun stuff that women like to talk about when the men aren't around, or maybe when they are around. I don't know. I was around, so I guess that's got to count for something. I don't know. What am I talking about? I never have a clue. You can tell this was a fun interview because within about 10 minutes into the interview, we already had several inside jokes going on during the course of the interview. So they were so much fun. Really super nice ladies. And as Dr. Lindsay said, a lot of fun to talk to. And that is exactly what they were. And I'm not going to waste any more time. So let's check out this interview with Scarlet and Ivy of Nothing Untouched. Hello there, rebels. We are here in the relationship room in the Sherpa Chalet. My guests are two ladies who host a podcast called Nothing Untouched. Scarlet and Ivy, we can't say where they are. We will say they are in Relationshipville. Ladies, welcome to the show.
It couldn't be truer.
How are we? How are we doing?
Well, you know what? It's been a weekend. Yeah, we've had some ups and some downs, but you know what? We're still living life and enjoying it. So
that's all you can do out here.
Yeah.
So
Truly.
That's right. So, I actually owe you guys an apology because when I sent out the invite for you guys to attend the show, I put Nothing Touched.
Yeah.
Scarlet saw that
Just
immediately.
had a giggle about that because I'm like, nothing touched ever. Wait a minute,
I think that's an incel podcast, right?
We need this in our life. Yeah, it was funny. I got it. We got a giggle out of it.
And we needed that at that moment, just so you know. We needed it, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
In fact, when you were just introducing us, we were both looking at each other to see if you were actually going to say it right.
Well, you do have it on the bottom of the Zoom screen, so that reminded me. Say it right, Sherpa.
Yeah, little clues here and there. Yeah, you're welcome.
That's right.
Oh, funny.
All right, so how did you guys get the idea for the show?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, Scarlett, do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll chime in.
Yes.
As I do.
Absolutely. So ultimately, I have always wanted to do a podcast since I learned about podcasts, essentially. I'm going to go ahead and plug in one of my first ever podcasts was Murder, Mystery, and Makeup by Bailey Sarian.
Sure.
And so just her demeanor, just her passion on all those topics, the murder and all that just really hit home. And so I was like, you know what? I can absolutely do something like that. I would love to do something like that. And she's been doing it for ages, for years. And so Scarlet and I actually met 2 years ago. I was looking for a job and I went to a job fair and Scarlet was like, come work with us.
Yeah.
So I did. And then fast forward to a year later, we actually went out to a book club together. I was work book club.
Yeah.
And after that, then we went and had some drinks together and just kind of
Well, when the drinks are flowing, ideas happen. I mean,
yeah.
the best ideas happen when the drinks are flowing. Sometimes
Absolutely.
the wine is tasty. And we came up with somebody at the table was like, we were talking about our private lives, and this guy's like, man, if you guys did a podcast, I totally listen to it.
Yeah.
And we're like, really?
Yeah. And we were already talking about doing a podcast together. Like that's kind of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
In the midst of everything. And then he chimed in and we were like, well, if that's not a sign, then what is?
Yeah.
And
it just so happened that we vibe so well together as like we what's the word? We work we connect
We do.
each other, and a lot of compliments that we get are that we banter so well together and we handle each other so well.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, we're in the same situation in our life in regards to relationship. I'm divorced. Ivy's divorced. We're both single.
Yep.
We're trying to find our person, and we're on dating sites. We're not having the best time with it, and we just have a lot in common in that situation.
And what led off to it though too was the horror stories.
Oh yeah,
we're talking back and forth.
Mostly the horror stories.
Mainly the horror stories of dating in your 40s,
Yeah.
and just wondering, are you having the same luck as I'm having, kind of thing. And that's kind of where this beautiful idea just flourished. And
Yeah. And we don't mind sharing about what's happening in our personal life, sex life, what we did over the weekend or who we did.
yeah,
Okay. So do you guys have like a best date story and a worst date story?
Oh, we do. We did a whole podcast about it, our episode. Go ahead, Ivy. Do you have a best?
I mean, so we'll go with best, sure. So my best dating was I met a guy at a Golden Corral, nonetheless. The chocolate fountain, did me in, I guess. But no, he had commented on my physique, and a waitress came up and told me that this guy in the back wanted my number. I told her, I said, absolutely not happening unless I see the guy. So I don't know why I waited as long as I waited, but I did. My daughter, itty bitty, was just like, come on, mom, let's go. And I was like, let's see I might meet your future dad. I don't know. Let's see.
Daddy honey.
Who was behind this curtain, number one?
Daddy honey.
Yeah.
You can phrase that for the nothing touched phrase.
Yeah, so he finally comes out and he asked for my phone number, didn't give it to him. I gave him my name and told him that if he wants to look me up on Facebook, then, he can look me up then if he remembers my name. And so about 2 hours later, I apparently got off the shift, remember my name, and then hit me up. And he actually took me out on a picnic date by the river. Had wine, all my favorite little, it was like a little
snack.
Yeah. Type situation.
The best part about it, though, was he took the time and effort to get to know what she liked prior to the date.
Yeah.
Right.
So that means a lot.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was one of the best. What about you, Scarlet?
Well, I don't really have the best one right now because I'm kind of in a funk with it after my weekend. But my worst one, it's a really long story, so I will try and keep it short. But I went and I met this guy online, and we vibed really well together. Like, we hit it off just over text message.
Hey, sometimes,
This is what we deal with. And so I decided, okay, we're going to meet up with this guy, and I'm going to go meet him. He lived like an hour and a half away. And I go and meet him. We go, first of all, I don't know. This should have been my first clue that he didn't have a driver's license. So I had to drive us to the date because he had 3 DUIs in a year.
Oh, boy.
she knew this prior going in.
Yeah. This is the kind of the guys that we are. We can't be choosy right now. I mean, at this point in my life. So, so I ended up picking him up, of course. He did pay for dinner. It was a nice place. And I could kind of tell I wasn't overly, super like into him. But I was like, you know what? I got to give it a shot here.
Right.
And so I did. We went back to his place, and he had 2 golden retrievers. I'm looking at Ivy like she knows the story because it's brought up frequently because it's a nightmare. And these golden retrievers were the sweetest animals on the planet. Almost too sweet. And I could tell that they were his world, his everything. And so we ended up getting intimate. He had to lock him out. Well, and then the guy, not the golden retrievers. Bestiality out of it. Okay. So we ended up, he locked him out. I stayed the night. The entire night, the dogs licked my face. I could not get them off of me from licking me all night long.
And so the joke I always say, though, is like Scarlet could have, like, at any point in time left.
I had my own car.
Yeah, but wait, there's more though. Hold on, Mark, go ahead.
The next morning, we get up and I'm ready to fucking jet. Okay, I want the F out of here,
though.
But I'm too freaking nice, and I'm just like a people pleaser. And he's like, "Well, can I get a ride to my golf?" I had promised him a ride to his golf.
You made him breakfast.
Yeah, no, he made breakfast with dogs. Yeah, that's what it was. He made breakfast with dogs. I didn't have like breakfast with dogs.
Didn't offer you any.
He did, but I was like, no, I want the fuck out of here. So he did that. And so I had to sit there for like 2 hours waiting for him to get prepped for his golf. I didn't have to, yeah. But I had promised to ride because he had no driver's license. Well, needless to say, there was no second date. Or second nightmare is what I like to call it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. So that's my worst I had in the books. I mean, it was pretty traumatic. I mean, I still love golden retrievers to this day, but there will never be a licking of my face again.
Okay. I mean, you guys are very, you guys are very frank in your conversations about dating and your sex life and everything, and that's fine. I know there is like a huge market for that. I wonder, like, let's say if you met somebody that you liked. I mean, are they going to know that like you're going to talk about them on a podcast?
Yeah.
So, yes. So any guy I've actually, I actually haven't had anybody.
Yeah, because
Of
Since
course,
the podcast,
really, yeah.
I really haven't gotten to know anybody in
not
that
that
sense.
close to it.
Okay.
But if I do, I will totally be honest and frank about it. But to be clear, me personally, I would not talk about them sexually if I knew I was going to be long term with them, unless they were okay with it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so me, on the other hand, this is Ivy.
She don't give 2 shits.
But I do give it consent.
Yeah.
Essentially, I don't get their full consent. I just say, hey, I'm going to talk about you on the podcast. I hope you're okay with that. And then, that's not an open-ended question. They have to say.
So
in all reality,
that's also too why we do try to keep our private, like our privacy of our identity from
Right.
because of that, and
Sure.
we don't want to make anybody that we're dating or future dating uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But yeah, it could honestly, I don't know because I haven't found my person, but
Haven't.
yeah, so
To be fair.
it could possibly hinder our relationships in the future, but it's one of those things like we saw an avenue and we took it.
Right.
You know, at podcasting, and this is what we talked about together.
Yeah.
So outside of that, I mean, we talk about several other things outside of our relationship. We talk about relationship with friends.
Yeah. We just had an
Yep.
episode about dreams.
Yep. Yeah.
It's called Nothing Untouched for a reason. We did for sure delve really, really super into relationships on our first season. Just ultimately, again, just trying to get out there to other listeners to let them know like what we were going through. But we did
Struggles mostly.
yeah.
And the good things too. I mean, we have a lot of good things to say as well. And we want to relate to people on the most genuine part is being able to relate to.
And just knowing that there are women out here that you don't have to be in the dark about, you know, any side of your relationship. You shouldn't have to be in the dark about, whether it be good or bad. And I think that's one of the most important things that we relate to our listeners through and throughout the entire seasons that we've done and our podcast.
Absolutely. And the other thing too is we don't judge. We don't judge each other, and we don't judge.
Well, sometimes, the golden retriever story, I kind of judge you a little. Like they,
get the hell out of there.
we judge in the background here, but
I accept that because there was many opportunities I could have left.
no, but that's the other thing though too. Like it's so beautiful. Again, as Scarlet has said, is like our banter is so amazing because I can sit here and give her shit. She can, give it right back to me.
Right.
And it's almost like our therapy, but not our therapy, but like together we can relate to each other. And I know there's other women and I mean, needless to say, other men out there, to relate to all these crazy stories that we have. So yeah, that's where we're at.
And it's like when we get together and we're recording, it is like our therapy. And it's like we're trying to get something off our chest, and whether we relate to somebody or not, we're relating to each other. I was just right before this whole thing. I'm going to share this because I'm going to talk about it on our podcast this week. But I over the weekend, I found out on this Facebook group, there's millions of Facebook groups out there, but there's a one that's like called, "Are you dating this guy?" Okay. Well, women mostly post in there about, "Oh, do you guys know this guy? I've had a bad experience with him," and people chime in and, I found a guy that I dated for quite some time on there, and he popped up twice, during the time that I was dating him. And I was like, I have zero faith in humanity sometimes. I'm like, really? So it kind of just like shifted me a little bit. It was really sad.
So we talked about that, prior to, coming on tonight.
Yeah.
Because I could tell something was bothering Scarlet. And that's the other thing too. Like I'll just blurt out what's going on with me. I'll just be like, okay, this is what's going on and I need to get it off the chest. Scarlet's more reserved, and I just know that I have to sit back and let her eventually come out.
Yeah.
I
It's
know
on my time.
Yeah.
I get you.
And I know that eventually she'll tell me, and that's what happened tonight. So so I mean, that's what we were, basically saying is like, even before getting on a podcast or getting on, somebody else's show or whatever, like just being in each other's presence means a lot because we can trust each other and it's the same stuff.
It is. And judgment free. So even for the listeners, like we would love for them to reach out to us with questions, comments, or whatever, because we have no judgment. We've been through a lot of things and we've talked about a lot of things. So we really have
to top the golden retriever story, We want to hear it.
Oh, I hope he comes across this pod someday. He's like, wait a minute. That sounds familiar.
Maybe some guy walking his dog one day and he's going, "Yeah, I wish I had a car." And wait, who was they talking about?
Talking about golden retrievers and me giving them breakfast and licking her face. Is that me? Is that I? I don't have no license.
What is interesting though about your show is, I kind of noticed that women are very open when they talk about their relationships with each other. When they're having their girl talk. I mean, if that's
Absolutely.
if I can call it that. And I guess
Yes,
when-
no, you can.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
yeah, and I guess when like other people are listening, they probably feel like they're sitting in with you because they probably have the stories that they can relate to. And that's probably where you
Absolutely.
click with your audience.
Yeah, and actually, that really resonates right there, and that's a great way to put it. And I
I
think
want them to feel
Yeah.
welcome and at home. And like I said, like again, even with us, the safe zone, we want to create a safe space and a safe zone
Mhm.
where anybody can feel like they
can share,
Yeah.
like because we've shared, and I know somebody's got a worse story out there. They're not laughing. Don't cry.
You can have a little competition going on. Who's got the worst dating story?
I want to hear it because if you have people chiming in, I want to know about it because I'm curious.
Now, it's interesting you mentioned also about dating in your 40s. I actually got married when I was in my 40s. So
You did well. Congratulations.
that was a long time ago. But,
Well, I was gonna say you're only 39 right now, Jim, right?
I'm 42 now. But yeah,
Wow.
what do you think it is that makes it so difficult? Because you think like most people in their 40s, you could say like they've got a good sense of who they are, and then I guess they know what they want and they don't want. Maybe is that a problem or is that an advantage?
I would say both, honestly, truly, because this is great because
Yeah.
it's what we talk about all the
Yeah.
time. So we have such high standards anymore because we do know what we want.
We've been through a lot.
We have.
Mhm.
We are in that era where if you can at least join us to where we're at right now, financially, socially, emotionally, all the things, that we don't want it. And then the same thing goes on the opposite end though, too, I mean, it's bad because then you do have all these things that you have to meet,
Like hurdles to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be so many things.
It
really.
can, and that's okay. But we also learned from Lindsay that it's okay to let those things down sometimes too. But then, anyways, like I don't know, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. I guess it's kind of like a take it on the chin kind of thing. Like it is however you want to perceive that it is.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So I have certain like standards in things that I'm looking for in a gentleman. And what we did learn, with Lindsay is that, I'm not procreating, so I need to, I'm done procreating.
Okay.
I need to suck it up and deal with, deal with something maybe I'm not overly attracted to, but
Right.
I need to get to know the person before I make that call.
Yeah.
But in my defense, that's the first thing on these online dating sites that you see are fucking pictures. Are pictures. You see, you scroll. You know what I mean? And so that is the first thing, the first impression you get of somebody is what their picture is.
Yeah, and we
so-
talked about that though too.
It's a hindrance on
Absolutely.
in my part.
Well,
yeah.
it's a hindrance on society,
Yeah.
in the dating world,
Mhm.
because that is, and it's plentiful. I mean, you don't just have one dating site. You don't just have two. There's
Mhm.
thousands of dating sites you can get on and look at all these different people at any given time, right?
Yeah.
And so
And you have to sift through the weirdos, the perverts.
well, and even
really,
then,
Yeah.
even then,
you don't know.
even then, as I just learned, over the weekend, you can't, even when you do put your trust in somebody, it's never a guarantee.
Well,
Right.
and they say that the best time and best way of meeting somebody in your 40s is going out and either through friends or just meeting them organically. When you live in a secluded town, or place, it's very hard to do.
And I've discovered about when Ivy and I go out, we don't get approached by very many guys.
we do not.
I don't know. I mean, not that we're like gross or anything. It's just like I don't know if we're hard to approach. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where it's like,
Well, do we need to have flashing sign that says approach
There-
us?
like
Come talk to us. Buy us a drink. We won't buy.
should we get flashing shirts that we're like
We should.
single, ready to mingle?
After
Come at me.
concert, that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, there's really not like a bar scene and a club scene much anymore, is there?
No, and it's hard to like.
Well, and let's be honest.
Yeah.
The crowds that go to our bars are not the crowds that we want to be with. So
I definitely think that you can meet somebody out and about organically. I have nothing but faith in that. But it's not like, and when you're in your 40s, you just got, like you said, you got married in your 40s. As women, I feel like we have a limited amount of time, because we're not getting any younger here.
can we ask though, if that's okay? Can you share, like, how did you and your wife, or I'm assuming wife? I guess maybe I shouldn't assume.
No, that's fine.
They got married.
She worked with my sister actually, and she had gone on a lot of bad dates, and then she was talking with her, and she said, I'm done, And my sister had asked her, she said, are you single? And she said, I'm done meeting guys. She said, it's just one bad date after another. And she said, you want to meet my brother? And we just clicked.
Oh my God.
So that is
That's
such
beautiful.
a great story, because that gives us hope.
Jim. No.
It gives us a lot of hope. I find peace in that.
Well, so Jim, do you have a brother?
Yeah. He's married. Sorry.
Dang it. No, that gives us a lot of faith in that. That'll come. And we learned that we should be meeting people through other people, friends of friends.
Yeah.
That's good that you said that, because there's hope out there for us. I think.
Absolutely. There's always hope.
Yeah.
I can live on hope or a prayer or whatever Bon Jovi says.
The funny thing is, for the longest time, people will always say, you'll meet people when you're not looking. And
My sister says that on a daily.
And there is actually some truth to that, because I had gotten to a point, I was with somebody and I broke up with them, and I really wasn't up to meeting somebody, and it was just like, when my sister asked me, would you like to meet my coworker? I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And it was like, wow, she's actually different from a lot of the other people that I've gone out with, and she wasn't anything like my ex-girlfriend. So it was like, okay, I can stick around here for a while.
So that there is a lot of truth to that saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start doing.
Yeah.
But I'm least I need to stop trying.
Yeah. Because people always used to tell me, like, when I used to go to clubs, they say women can sense desperation, and right?
Can men?
So you don't look, you almost have to look kind of like nonchalant.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
What were you saying now? You said
No.
women can sense it. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We can sniff things out.
Yeah. I think maybe that's what happens sometimes. Maybe like when you say, like, depending on where you are, that you don't get approached, because maybe the guy figures, like, do I look too desperate if I'm going to walk up to this woman and say, hey, my name's Bride?
Flashing shirts are no.
Sorry, Jim. Gosh, damn it.
Okay, maybe that is a little desperate.
Yeah. Somebody's going to walk up to you and say, hey, I have 2 golden retrievers. And you go, okay, get out.
No, to be like, let's go. I got you. You need to ride home.
You need to ride to your do you play golf? Do you need to ride to your golf course next day? Got you.
That was me trying. Like, I do try, and then, sometimes it doesn't work out. But
Yeah. Well,
I think you're right, though, Jim. It'll happen when it's meant to be, and don't force it.
Yeah.
And that's
Sometimes
what
things just line up, and you get all these weird coincidences too, and that happens a lot.
Yeah, and we were recently heard this really great story about another friend of ours, and how she met her husband, and how like if things wouldn't have lined just perfectly,
kind of like the butterfly effect.
yeah, just perfectly, they would have never met, and they would have never been soulmates.
Yeah.
And
Because ultimately, she got in a car wreck.
like
She hit a deer.
Yeah.
She hit a deer on this wild road that she had never been down.
Mhm.
And he just so happened to bestow upon her the knight in shining armor, come to rescue the damsel in distress.
Yeah, and so that's like, if that wouldn't have happened, she would have never met him, never had amazing children, and there's so many
So-
things that can come into play.
What I learned is I need to go down a dark road, hit a deer, and then my knight in shining armor comes safe.
You could show up sooner or later. As long as you don't have golden retrievers.
Damsel in distress.
And I'm just gonna stay there until my knight in shining armor comes and finds me.
balcony we can stand on somewhere, right?
I'll build it in that amount of time. I'm sure I can. I watched Alone enough,
Okay. So, I mean, part of this show, we like to share podcasts with people to add to their podcast playlist, because I'm sure a lot of people have theirs. And of course, if they want to add Nothing Untouched to their podcast playlist.
Nothing touched.
I was curious, what do you two ladies like to listen to when you're not doing your show?
Oh man, we're both huge true crime obsessed. It doesn't have anything to do with our show, but I personally love true crime. So I listen to Sword and Scale and Crime Junkies. And then for my fun days, I listen to Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
And then this is a one that I listen to Stiff Sock because it's two comedians. They're funny. They talk about women and their situation stuff, and I like to hear a guy's perspective.
Okay,
I love that. So those are my go-tos.
Okay.
So, and of course your show.
Thank you. Okay, Ivy, your turn.
For sure. Yeah. So mine's obviously, like I said, mystery makeup or murder mystery makeup. And then dark history. Bailey and Siri does an amazing dark history too. She delves into that. Love it. But then Morbid is also top of mind.
Yeah.
As far as like the dark side of things. But yeah, Call Her Daddy. I fucking love.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if I can pass on this one.
I'm sorry about that.
Sorry. But yeah, I love Call Her Daddy. This sucked. Scarlet got me into that one. That is a really good one.
It's funny.
But
I love listening to guys talk about women or just their lives.
Joe Rogan's always a good one to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And we have a portion of the show that is called Shameless Self-Promotion. And that's where you can let everybody know where they can find out more about you.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. So you can email us if you're not on socials, but nothinguntouchedpod@gmail.com. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on Facebook. So all of it's under Nothing Untouched. And I would love for people to go follow us. And we are on in every platform.
Every platform. Besides Pandora, we're not on Pandora, but Spotify, Apple Pod, Apple Music. You can literally find us there. So yeah.
Okay.
Come like, share, follow, all the things. We'd love to hear more from everybody out there.
Yeah, we'd love to hear the stories the listeners have.
Prompt Scarlet's retriever story, please do.
Try me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so the show is Nothing Untouched. And you want to check this out.
Yeah.
Scarlet and Ivy, thank you so much for coming on the show. Go Golden Retriever. Owners need not apply here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. This was such a great,
nice meeting you.
Great way to meet you, and I adore you.
Thanks.
Listen and subscribe on podcast apps everywhere. And we're on YouTube at Sherpalution. Sorry, no video. You're welcome.
Thank you so much to Scarlet and Ivy of Nothing Untouched. Be sure to check out their podcast. And they get a little sweary sometimes, but that's okay. They're a lot of fun and definitely a great show. I think that the interview that we had is actually very similar to the style of their podcast as well. Maybe even a lot more fun, to be honest, and probably with me not in it, far more talented too. But if it's one that you'd like to add to your podcast playlist, please do so and subscribe to them where you can subscribe to them. All right, so that will do it for me. If you were enjoying this show, Saturdays we do Sherpa Selects, and that's where we do the classic episodes. And we are in season 8, revisiting a lot of really fun episodes. And I believe there's a really good one coming up this Saturday for you to listen to. And you can hear us on podcast apps everywhere or on the Sherpalution YouTube page. Sherpalution is our social media handle. If we're out there, then that's where you will find us. So I guess that'll do it. We've got some more new episodes coming up. I know I've been a little lax with coming up with new material, but I'm scheduled to have a bunch more episodes coming up. So hopefully these next few weeks should be really enjoyable stuff. So I say, until then, viva la Sherpalution.
Thanks for listening to the Sherpa's Podcast Picks. The podcast is now over. Please disperse and tell everyone about us. As long as they don't put us back in jail. Viva la Sherpalution!